Manchester United need to invest in players in the summer because in order for Man United to compete in the Premier League next season and the Champions League next season, where they want to be, they have to invest. They have to strengthen the squad, and I don't think there's any denying that.
And I always felt with Scholesy, and not a lot of midfielders would do it, but you'd pass to him and you get it back. So you'd almost play a little 2v2 in the middle of the pitch, and that's what it felt like. Didn't feel like a big pitch. It felt like it was Mainoo against their midfielders, and he would keep it there for a while, 2 or 3 passes, and sometimes you'd pass to a midfield and the ball's gone and it switched to play, but you never felt in control or got a rhythm. Whereas Scholesy, it was all little passes and the ones around the corner and little. He was just. I've never seen a brain like him, right? And I don't even know if he thought about it or if it was just pure instinct or what. Now, if I was a player and Manchester United wanted to sign me, the first question I would ask is, does the manager want me? Who is the manager? Does the manager want me? So I think for Manchester United to have that clarity on who the manager is, and listen, I think everyone knows I've been very supportive of Michael Carrick. If Michael Carrick hadn't done the job he'd done, I wouldn't be sitting here saying you should give him the job. But I think for what he's done, and he's earned his right to get that manager's job. And I think for the club to announce him, I think they need to do it swiftly because they need to get players in and they need to get players, you know, they'll be talking, I'm sure they will, but they need to get players in for next season to improve that team.
It's a bit farcical that he hasn't got the job already. Just give him it. He's got the club back into the Champions League, so back him, and then he can go on then and choose players that he wants quickly and swiftly before the World Cup.
But it's not that. It's players will be looking at Manchester United, but they'll also be looking at other teams. So what you don't want to do is have your targets and lose them because you haven't got a manager in place. And I think he's done everything to get it done.
This is what it said in the article. The resurgence of Mainoo in the heart of Man United's midfield means that any new signing will be playing alongside him with a profile that will dovetail with his existing role in Carrick's 4-2-3-1 system. So, you know, maybe we're not going to see a massive change of system. Difficulty is, and I think the reason some people are negative this morning is that they don't like that Mainoo's going to start every game and we're building the midfield around Mainoo because we'll only buy one decent midfielder and the other 2 midfielders will potentially just be bench players. I sort of understand that, but we have to see what the proof in the pudding is. If we buy, let's say, Baleba to play with Mainoo and then we buy Tyler Adams and Hayden Hackney, that's just shit midfield, if we're being completely honest. You know, that's not going to be sufficient to where Manchester United want to be. If we buy Tchouaméni to play with Mainoo and then the bench players are Ederson and Scott, then that's not bad, is it? Because I think Ederson and Scott can compete with Tchouaméni and Mainoo. So I'm not too bothered about the article saying that, you know, Carrick wants to build the midfield around Mainoo and he would be the starter with the new signing and then 2 bench players. You know, Michael Carrick's got every right to decide what he wants to do as the manager. And a lot of us do agree that, you know, Mainoo is the player to build the midfield around. But you do want competition for places. There is injury, there is loss of form, there is a lot of games. So I'm not too worried about that.
Manchester United legend Michael Carrick has once again sparked debate among the fans after reportedly backing Kobbie Mainoo as the midfielder to build the future around at Old Trafford. However, Carrick's statement came with a major twist. The success of Mainoo's development could depend entirely on who plays alongside him and who provides depth from the bench. The young England international has already shown maturity far beyond his age. Calm under pressure, technically gifted, and fearless in possession, Mainoo has become one of the brightest lights in an inconsistent Manchester United side. Supporters believe he has the quality to become the heartbeat of the midfield for the next decade. But Carrick, known for his own intelligence in midfield during his playing days, understands that no elite midfielder succeeds alone. Building a title-winning midfield requires balance, energy, creativity, defensive awareness, and quality squad depth. That is why the discussion has now shifted toward which 3 midfielders United should target to complete the perfect setup around Mainoo. One name constantly linked with the club is Sandro Tonali. The Italian international brings composure, aggression, and tactical discipline. His ability to control tempo and shield the backline would allow Mainoo greater freedom to push forward and dictate attacks. Tonali's leadership qualities could also add a winning mentality to the squad. Another exciting option is Carlos Baleba. The young midfielder has impressed fans across Europe with his explosive energy, strength, and ball-winning ability. Baleba could provide the physical dominance United have lacked in big matches while complementing Mainoo's technical brilliance. His athletic profile makes him a long-term investment for the future. A more ambitious dream target would be Federico Valverde. The Real Madrid star is admired worldwide for his versatility, work rate, and attacking threat. Valverde could transform United's midfield instantly with his ability to cover ground, create chances, and score goals from deep positions. His experience at the highest level would perfectly balance Mainoo's youth. Fans across social media are now passionately debating the ideal trio. Some believe United need experience beside Mainoo, while others want youthful energy and hunger. What remains clear is that Carrick sees Mainoo as untouchable, the centerpiece of the next generation. If Manchester United can successfully recruit the right midfield partners, Old Trafford may finally witness the rebirth of a dominant midfield capable of competing with Europe's elite once again.